Let's try this again. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is I Love You, Say It Back is the podcast. I'm your host, Vic D. Got two special guests. Let's boogie up. You guys can't hear this part, but there's music going on over here. And now there's claps. And the claps are for me, sweetheart. The claps are for me, sweetheart.
Oh, honey, we know.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is I Love You, Say It Back. It's a podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Vic D, and we have two very special guests. We have been talking about doing this podcast for it feels like weeks, maybe months, maybe since last year. And, it wasn't that long ago. But I'm glad you guys are with me today, and we're finally able to make this happen. And I want to introduce our guest today. To my left, we have the ever-changing name, formerly known as Bodied by KT, now currently Krista Leanne with two N's _ on Instagram. How you doing?
Hello, I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm glad you're with us today. And to her left, we have you have a future in reality TV show, so I'm just gonna be like the future reality.
I feel like I'm in like a Love Island segment right now.
Yeah. You are. You're gonna be. This is actually like a big interview. Hey, producer, come on out. This is a big interview for Love Island.
People have told me that. They're like, you look like you could be on Love Island, and I said, do I look like I just walk around in a bathing suit all day and I want to do that? And they're like, well, and then people get uncomfortable. I said, do I look like that kind of person? Which is fine. Beautiful people, hot people.
They meant it in like the great way, and then you just turn it on them, and they're like, "I'm sorry, I apologize for the compliment I just gave you." Yeah, really but that is Kelly McGiffney on Instagram. Kelly McGiffney. You want to talk about nailing your Instagram name? I'm talking about the fitness world. Two of the top, I would say, in Bakersfield, two of the top fitness, at least on the top when you talk about like the female world. Like, I don't know if there's a division where it's like, oh, okay, guys do this and girls do this, but you guys are two of the top, at least that I know. So I'm super glad that I was able to get you guys on here, especially because we have such a big female listener base.
Hey girls.
Yeah. Hey ladies. Hey. What's funny is that one of the things that I always get the most on this podcast is like, Vic, you need a girl on the podcast to get you straight, because some of the shit you be saying, I talk about so much of life through, and some of the stories that we talk about and topics. The niche or the shtick of this whole podcast, ladies, if you haven't figured it out yet, it's the world of women through the eyes of a guy who has no idea what the hell's going on. And that's kind of what's worked. It worked for me in radio, and it seems to be working for us here. So once again, I'm glad you guys are with us. Before we get into our interview, I want to remind you, if this is the first time you're tuning in, and you're only tuning in, and this is the first time you're hearing about us because of Bodied by KT or Krista Leanne or Kelly McGiffney, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit us up on, if you are listening on Spotify or Apple, hit that follow button. Keep up with everything that we got going on. Helps us build the show. Rate it, review it, give it 5 stars. If you don't give it 5 stars, don't even bother, sweetheart. But if you're haven't checked this out on our socials at ILY Say It Back Pod. I'm at Vic D Radio. Once again, for my normal audience, at Krista Leanne, 2 N's _ and Kelly McGiffney. Check them out. We'll touch back on that towards the end of the show. But I wanted to start with this. So you guys come from very similar backgrounds, fitness world. Now you guys are doing it a little bit different. Kelly, you do Orange Theory, and then you also do bar Pilates, do all that stuff. And then Chris, it's so weird. I see you like
he's struggling so hard.
I'm struggling. Like, I look at you and I just
changed her identity.
I see Bodied by KT. It's like if I told you, hey, my name's John now, good luck calling me John. You're gonna see me and you're like, yeah, just see Vic, But you guys come from the same background, but you guys do it a little bit different. Kelly, we'll start with you. How did you start, and tell us a little bit about your journey into the fitness world?
Yeah. Grew up doing sports, all the things. I ended up getting recruited to do track and field in college. So I was a D1 athlete. I threw javelin in college, which is the spear. Yeah, T, strong girl. But honestly, it came around from not feeling great and confident about my body it was an era of the skinny chic and growing up with that and seeing strong female bodies just wasn't popular and it wasn't normalized really, unless you're in the athletic realm. So I kind of got into fitness on a social media scale right towards the end of college, just like 2018. Gymshark athletes, influencers are starting to become really popular, posting their workouts. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to help people and just inspire, whatever it is. It wasn't a vain thing because I'm like, I don't have the greatest body or shape or whatever it is. Like I was trying to find my footing, stepping out from being an athlete. You're not going to be an athlete forever. Mentally, yes, you're competitive and like all those things come into play, but you're in this weird, how am I going to fill my cup? So essentially got into retail, worked for Lululemon for quite some time. Love Lululemon.
Oh, hey, Lulu.
Hey.
If y'all want to sponsor the podcast, we have an 80% female listener base. Go ahead and jump on it.
Yeah, but I have an art degree, painting. So I'm a creative person, but also there's this dichotomy of being athletic as well. So essentially started posting more about it and inspiring people, whatever. Got my personal training cert because I wanted to ultimately help people never feel the way that I felt. They can feel strong and confident and be capable. And I joke about that at Pilates. I'm like, you're capable. Are you feeling capable today? And they're like, yep. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing today? Right. But that's how it happened. And making people who maybe didn't grow up in that environment feel strong in something that they're doing. And that's kind of how it started. So went into group fitness, personal training, online training. Now, setting the mood. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, yes, I teach Pilates, bar, and I lead head coach at Orange Theory. So
beautiful.
Been there
Keep yourself pretty damn busy with all that. Same thing for you, Krista Leanne, at Krista Leanne.
Well, for me, definitely a different story, but with the same heart. I had my son, So I had my son and I was just a different person. Like I always thought I was like just active, like going on hikes and just moving my body. Not a college athlete, unfortunately, as much as I would have loved to have been that person. I just wasn't. But after having my son, my body was different. And I knew that I needed to go to the gym, right? So I wanted to start going back to the gym, but I had no clue what I was doing in the gym. So what most women that I've found like resort to, like me, would just do cardio. We just go to the treadmill, we go to the Stairmaster, whatever feels most comfortable, because you can't mess up getting on the treadmill. You can't mess up getting on the Stairmaster. But people can call you out for doing a shoulder press wrong.
Right.
Tricep push downs wrong. Bicep curls. And I felt so uncomfortable. I did not ever want a man, no offense, but I never wanted a man to come and say, oh, you should do, please don't talk to me. I'm in my zone. And again, it's no offense, but like, let me just be here. And so then I just wanted to learn. So I started learning from another personal trainer, got my certificate online. So I had like hands-on coaching as well as coaching from getting my cert done, and then just went into group coaching, and I love it.
I think it's good. No, so you guys have very different backgrounds, but I mean, inspired by totally different things. I think you were trying to find your comfort zone after college, and I think that is like when you think about athletes, and even when you talk about like on a professional level, they're like, okay, I'm getting close to retirement. My whole life, I've been this incredible basketball player, football player, baseball player. Who am I when that's over? Who am I when, and like a lot of athletes go through depression and things like that. And I think that's something that could have inspired you into your new life after sports, and same with you after being, a mom, like becoming a mom. So many women deal with body changes and things like that. And it's just like, how do I adapt? Like for so many moms are like, they've been, they were like in high school, they were like, oh, I was swimmers, or they had like this petite body. And it's just like, that completely changes in the blink of an eye. And it's for, obviously the greatest gift that you can get, but it is an adjustment for sure. So I want to talk about, how you guys think social media, like, how do you deal with the criticism. You know, you're talking about like, oh my gosh, I feel like I never wanted a man to tell me, hey, I think you could do this. Social media, whether it's guys or girls, people will critique you, and they are so critical when it comes to social media stuff. And I know both of you guys post your social media content. So I want to start with, how do you guys deal with the criticism that you might face, like on social media when you're posting a workout or doing anything like that? What was the biggest challenge with that?
And just not comparing myself. Like, honestly, I just did it. I know I'm more of someone who is like, I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to try things. I'm willing to fail. And if you have that mindset of, I'm not going to get it right, but I can look for help, I can look for guidance. So I felt more comfortable posting it because I didn't do it on my own. I didn't think I knew all the answers. I humbled myself. I got help, as you know, I got a trainer to train me how to train. So if I know that someone is teaching me how to move my body properly, why would I ever feel insecure? Because I know I'm doing it right. So.
And you?
Oh, we love the criticism. No bad publicity here. No, I think it's really challenging, but you have to also reflect on, if you're putting it out there, whether it was my artwork or not. So say like we would do showings, gallery critiques, all that kind of stuff. You put your art out there and it's at face value. So basically I'm not giving a story behind it. Maybe I am, but it's like right now things pop up on your explore page or For You page, whatever it is. And it's just there, and you take it at face value without reading the caption. You're like, what is this? And you're automatically going to judge it, give it opinion. You see a painting, you're like, I don't know about that. Or like, not my favorite. Or you just start comparing, and there's always going to be critique involved. So I think coming from that perspective is like, okay, well, somebody's critiquing it and they're saying it's giving this, or because I've had to go through my Instagram when I was younger and audit it down and edit it down, because I said, what kind of energy or what does it look like I'm putting out there? Because what am I attracting? And that's like tough love too. I asked mentors, people in my life, hey, go look at my page. What is it giving? And they're like, well, some of the photos. And I'm like,
It's
okay.
giving former D1 athlete. And it's like,
Well, it just like, I don't want to give it off. It's like, oh, this girl's just showing off her body and it's all vain, and it doesn't come from that place, and it never has, but I can see it gets taken that way. Or sometimes when people see confident people, quote unquote, they just want to tear them down and be like, you're so vain, or you're so like full of yourself, or whatever it is. And it's like, it wasn't until the past, I think 2.5 years where you kind of see this more payoff, and somebody's like, you inspire me, and you're like, all right, so it's worth it. But you're subjecting yourself to criticism, whether you like it or not.
do you think that, did you guys ever go through a phase where, are you guys both from Bakersfield?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so being from Baker, I am as well. And I feel like some of the harshest
I might cut that out.
criticism, yeah, don't say that. Some of the harshest criticism was from like the people that I was closest with. It wasn't
Really?
like the biggest love was from people that I never met or knew. They just followed along. They were like, I think you're dope. But the people within your circle were the people who were like most uncomfortable with it. Did you guys ever deal with that?
We talked about this a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I've also gotten the worst criticism from strangers, but also great love from strangers. So it's really this catch-22 kind of thing. But I will say, in a business format, and we'll talk about business in a little bit, but your customers, your clientele, they're not your friends. I'm not trying to reach them. I would love my friends to support and buy my product and all that kind of stuff. And you should, but you should. But essentially in a business, or I'm trying to get clients or whatever, it's not my friends. They can support me all they want. But if it's really a strong business, or I feel really passionate about it, then I'm going to keep going. And I'm not speaking to you. You're not my audience. And
that's the thing right there. I think the people who are closest to you think that when you post something, or you kind of step out of your comfort zone with a post, or with a new approach on something, they're like, who the hell do you think you are, kind of thing. And it was just
Right.
like, you understand that I'm not talking to you.
Right, it's
You
not for
understand
you.
that you're the 6 people that I came up with, but there's like thousands of people over here who I'm talking to you, but you guys think it's for you and you guys think I'm switching up, but it's like, this isn't for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's for me, that was the hardest part. So I'm always curious to ask people like if they went through somewhat similar things.
For sure. And it's not until you start doing cool stuff that they're like, hey, or
Oh my gosh.
and you're
let's
like,
not get
sit
started.
down. Okay, now you need something.
Bitch.
Great.
Well, my dad always told me, you shouldn't be able to count your best friends on more than one hand. So like kind of keeping that in mind. And I love so many people. I have so much love for so many people. I'll meet you once and I'll hug you like I've known you for years, right? But I also know that maybe my best friend actually that's a lie. My best friends will support me. My best friends will support me. They will cheer me on in the comments. They will repost my stuff. Because why? Because I do it for them. And so have I gotten negative feedback? Yeah, but it doesn't stay in my brain too long.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm just...
The positive will overwhelmingly outweigh the negative, but it's just where the negative comes from that hurts a little bit more. It's like you can get 1,000 of applauses. You can be in a room and hear 1,000 applause, but you hear one boo and it's just like, that's what's
And
in
you're
your
kind of
head.
like, wait, how could I? Well, I'm kind of like, how could I have done better?
Right.
Or what can I do next time?
Yeah.
Or why do you feel that way? And I wanted to resolve it, but it's also like, I'm not here to change somebody's opinion
right
anymore.
What you focus on grows, and I just choose not to focus on those things.
Right. So here's an interesting question, and I think about this because there's thousands of people who work out, thousands of people who work out regularly. I work out pretty regularly. What was the moment that you guys said, I can make a living off of this, or I can do this for a living? What was the thing that sparked you, or what was the interaction with a future client? So like, what was the moment that you were like, well, I was working out for myself and to feel better about being a former athlete or being a new mom to now I can do this for a living. What was that moment? We'll start with you, Krista.
For me, it was, I guess I started it after I had a trainer teaching me how to be a trainer because he needed a female coach for him to have more clientele. So, take a little percentage. He would sign the people up and I would coach the classes or I would program the workouts for him. But that's when I knew. So I kind of went into it like I could do this. I mean, it was fun and I was learning, but he brought me in and under his wing so that I could coach. But I didn't go all in until COVID hit, till 2020. That's when I went all in and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I've been all in on coaching since 2020. Yeah.
And what about you, Kelly? Were you the moment that you were like, oh, it's just because I'll tell you this, like I've never in my life ever thought like, oh, I would want to do this or I'd be good enough or I have the knowledge or anything like that to be a trainer, even though there's tons of people like me who, work out fairly regularly, but there's a difference between coaching and just being a weekend warrior or a gym warrior. What was the moment for you?
I feel like it wasn't until I was ready to fully commit to myself with it that I felt I could do it. Meaning I'm going to step out of my comfortable job and it takes somebody believing in you and you're kind of on a whim. So like 3-ish years ago, over 3, I think now, but somebody approached me and they're like, hey, so-and-so's going to open a studio. Do you want to be an instructor? I'm like, I don't know. I had already been at Orange Theory, I've already been a personal trainer and I felt like, again, I wasn't making a huge impact because I wasn't doing like huge group classes until Orange Theory. And it was just kind of this side job. It's something I wanted to do, but also there's this pull of like, well, I don't think I can make it creatively because there in that place, it was like being a painter, whatever, fine. But I was also pulled like, what am I going to do? I was built for so much greatness and my track career was whatever, injuries, but I feel like it wasn't until I was ready to move and give myself 100% that I said, I'm going to make it work. And so I started teaching classes, got my Pilates cert and doing all that. And I think the aha moment, I was at an event like 2 years ago and I was teaching and people were just like, I loved it. Thank you. And you just see all these people out there and you're like, oh, I really do make a difference. And even just somebody coming up to you that you barely know, and they're like, you've made my week and you've helped me so much. And you're like, this is the first time I'm hearing this, because you go throughout your day and you just think, okay, not like you clock in and clock out, but it's so easy, you know? And I think we discredit ourselves all the time. Like, oh, I know this is basic. Somebody else is like stressed out about doing the bare minimum for me. And so you kind of get into this world of, I don't have all the answers, but when you're working with people in community, you get something from them too, if you're willing to have the relationship. And I don't love sometimes when people are like, help me with this. Like, I start discrediting myself all the time. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm more equipped than the average person. And that's just the wheelhouse I was given. And I think moving forward, just give yourself the 100%, whether that's in a jump to a new career. You can't essentially put all your eggs in one basket and think the one's going to be everything. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to that as well. Talk to me about, this is going to be a 2-part question. And Krista, we'll start with you. Give me the best part of your kind of your everyday, and then the worst part of your kind of everyday or job overall, being a fitness instructor.
So I'm an online coach. Best part is I get to change women's lives anywhere in the world.
Do you only do women?
Yes.
Okay.
I have one.
Right. Well, I should have worded that a little
differently.
I only coach women. Yes. I have one male client, but he's my female client's husband, and I've just trained them for years. So he's my
training,
exception.
Yeah. The only
He's my exception. But my favorite part is that I can train women all over the world. I have women in Canada. I have women in Australia. I have women in Europe, and then I have some in Washington.
That's so cool.
They're worldwide. And so the best part is I get to help women prove to themselves who they truly are.
Yeah.
I get to push women to their fullest potential, because in our fitness journey, I'm sure anybody can feel that. Like, who's going to be super proud of you that you went up 5 pounds on your bicep curl? You tell your buddy, like you tell your bestie, hey, I went 5 pounds up. And maybe they're not a gym goer, maybe they're not that crazy for the gym, but you tell your trainer, you tell your coach that you went up 5 pounds, like that's massive.
Yeah.
And I get excited. And like, I think that's the best part is we have our women's chat and with Oliver, because I coach with like 2 other coaches, and one's in Florida and one's in Atlanta. And so we have a huge group for the women, and there's just like, I love Coach Krista when she cheers me on. I feel like I have my own personal podcast for Coach Krista.
It comes across in some of the videos that you post. I'm like, I feel the energy.
It is so incredible, because not because of what I'm doing, but because they are putting themselves out there. They are trying. They are not doing it maybe right the first time, but we have such a great connection where they're like, tell me what their struggles are, and I get to show them. And I guess, it's beautiful. I can do that in the parent pickup line, watching form check videos, because that's, I got to make sure they're lifting safely. But, I can do that in the parent pickup line, waiting for my son to get out of school, and I'm just like messaging and cheering people on. And then I get to come back and my son's getting in the car and we get to go and just like have a good time together. Like, come on, tell me that's not the best life that you can have.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it too, where it's like you give yourself that freedom. You kind of on your own schedule while you're working with these clients. So we talked about the sweet stuff. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
What's the downside? What if there is a negative, which there always is? Let's not pretend it's all rainbows. But what's the worst part? What's the toughest part?
The toughest part is when is coaching a woman out of, their start to a downward spiral, because we all know how it starts. It starts with a negative self-talk. It starts with, I can't, I don't think, I won't be able to, it's not working out, I don't know. So you start filling your brain with all of this negative self-talk. And then, you know, you have to tell me, because I will see it. I will see it in your lack of responses, and just like communication starts to dwindle. So I have to bring that up and do my best to coach you out of that. So you're not just getting a coach that's telling you you're doing it right. You're not getting a coach that's telling you to pick heavier weight. You're getting a friend, someone to listen to, because we go in deep. We go in deep. I know when my clients are getting married. You know, I know when my clients are having a really hard time at work, and I can't be there to comfort them because they're in Michigan, you know, but I can with my words. I can with kindness. So that's the hardest part, is getting people out of their rut.
Is there a hard part for you personally, where sometimes you feel like a therapist, where you're absorbing a lot, and take yourself out of the client spot, where it's like, sometimes I feel like I'm taking on problems and it becomes heavy because I've got my own life and I've got my own son and family and household to maintain, while also kind of being a therapist / coach to these people. Does that ever get heavy for you?
It can, but that's why I'm grateful for the coaches that I do get to work with. At Cass Hammer, she is an amazing mentor as well.
Shout out Cass Hammer. Did I say that right?
At Cass Hammer.
At Cass Hammer. Sorry.
And, you know, she's actually an amazing mentor. She's been doing online coaching for years. So when I do have these issues that come up, or these hardships that come up, I just say, hey, this is what's going on. Like, I'm not sure how to handle this properly. And also, I don't run off emotions. I really don't. You know, shout out to God, because it's given me time to I just slow it down.
Do you think that's the difference between motivation and discipline? You're like, okay, anybody can get motivated and anybody can get through, but motivation will always run out, and you thrive more off of like, I can push the problems to the side because I'm disciplined. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's accurate?
It's pretty accurate, but I also I don't let it fester. Like, I give it time. I give myself time. I'm not a reactive person, but I give it time, do the things I need to do, and then we go and we resolve it. But with a clear mind this time, and not like freak out, you know, stress, cortisol levels shoot through the roof. Like, I'm just gotta let it.
Yeah. Kelly, what about you? You are more in person. Well,
oh yeah.
So talk to me about the best about the best and the worst parts about your situation.
I mean, honestly, my job is physical, and it takes a really physical toll on my body. I'm standing, walking the room, getting up and down, demoing, throwing weights around, or wherever I am. So it just gets a lot on your body. And for me, because I'm present for everybody else, it's a struggle to put my workouts and myself first. But I notice I come into a shift feeling more positive and feeling better when I take the time, whether it's waking up earlier, getting my workout in, or doing my routine. But when I start to say like, yeah, I can sub that class, or yes, I can do this. And you start over promising yourself everywhere. That's when my confidence in my life kind of goes down. And then everyone thinks, oh, like, you just always look like you have your life together. And I said, oh, honey, that's when the show is on, the show is on.
That's so huge, because
when you say action, it's action.
It's almost like, I feel like teachers deal with this. People in radio, people who work in TV, people forget that these are real humans who got their own crap going on, but they think that's coach. Like, and then they come to you and they're like, you don't understand. I just had this crazy morning with my husband, this and that. It's just like,
yeah.
I can't tell you that, like, you can tell me that, and that's what I'm here for. But I also deal with these things. And it's so funny the way the perspective of the client in this case looks to you and be like, oh, that's Coach Kelly. She's always got it together. Because when the lights come on, it's high energy and high intensity all the time.
But you have to. And the thing is, though, if I came into their workplace, I don't expect them to unload their personal life to me or have that effect. I'm coming in probably for a service or whatever. To me, this is the career. This is the job. So it's unprofessional if I start pulling in my personal life into what they're paying for, because it's transactional to an extent. There's some members, people obviously closer relationships with, but it goes both ways. They're willing and wanting to have the relationship as well. I'm not going to force that. People are in different places of life. People have different preferences, and that's fine. But I mean, this is why you just got to go cry in the bathroom, honestly.
Right. So talk to me about the biggest downside to it. Or I don't know if that was the biggest downside or.
I think the downside is you can really overpromise yourself, and it's a physical toll, but I am to an extent a people pleaser, and I care really deeply about people and their experience or my product, whether it's coaching or a physical product. Shout out to the self-care effect, but
which we're going to get to.
Yeah. I care about the quality I'm producing because that's a reflection of me and my work ethic. And if somebody goes for my work ethic, then I'm unhappy. Or you have to be a little bit more humble and just say, okay, what can I do differently? What can I change? And be more reflective on that part. Yeah. But the best part is the people you meet and the places I've been, which I'm not saying like, oh yeah, out of the country, which could happen, but it's where you allow it to take you. I mean, I wouldn't even be here if I wasn't open to just going out and being uncomfortable by myself and go try new experiences. You meet people wherever they're at in their lives, and you're being your true self, and then all these doors open. And I think it's gratifying that I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's I had this conversation with some of my close friends. It's like, sometimes it doesn't look pretty, but I think your own gut, your own instincts, when you're in the right place. Like, it doesn't always, it's not going to be money flowing in. It's not going to be like crazy, but I'm like, I know I'm on the right path. I know that. And I know I am, because if I wasn't, I would know it even harder. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you this, and this is a little bit more lighthearted question, because I'm always curious about this. Both of you guys are really good about posting your social media content when you're at the gym working out.
I feel like I'm so bad at that now. It's mine's like everything but working out, because I'm always at work.
Right, just doing random stuff.
Yeah.
No. But my question to you is it awkward to pull out your selfie stick or your tripod, set it up, start recording yourself while you're in a gym full of people? Because I hate it. I've tried it, and I'm like, let me just make a joke out of this.
I feel awkward.
It is
sometimes.
so awkward, but
not her.
No. But you guys are good at it. Like,
I roll up to her. I roll up to the gym and I see her. I'm like, oh, and her whole tripod camera's out. I said, get it, girl.
No, and I see girls at the gym, and I say guys don't do it as much. I see girls at the gym, and I'm proud. Like, I'm glad you're doing it, because fuck everybody else. People always wonder. They're like, it's so cringe or whatever. It's like, but you're loving these big fitness influencers. How do you think that content gets made? What do you think? You think it just magically appears? Like, this is how this shit happens, baby. This is how what did it say? This is how the sausage gets made, right?
I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Cut that out.
But it's true. At what point, did you just have to just do it, and you're like, I was going to be uncomfortable, and now you're comfortable with it, or is it still uncomfortable?
Yeah, it was uncomfortable in the beginning. It totally was. I would kind of try and do it like very discreetly.
Right.
But, after time, and another thing, shout out to my dad. This is my second time referencing him.
Oh, that's a guy?
My dad.
Oh, my dad. I thought you said Mick Adams, or who was that? The first trainer that you...
Dad. Love you.
The golfer.
My actual father. He
Shout out River Lakes Golf Course.
He said that other people don't pay your bills. So I had to start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And do I feel
100%.
at times, like I said, my, profile that was bodied by KT since 2018.
And then he just
until now,
switched up on us.
It's been all fitness. Since 2018, it's been all fitness creation, right? So I've had a lot of practice. That's a lot of reps, no pun intended. But but that's a lot of reps. But I still feel there's some times where I'm like, okay, because then I have, my phone. It's easy to set up my phone. I'll set up my phone anywhere. But now I have
It's set up right there right now. You guys can't see it though.
Sony A6400, and this is a big whopper. Like this thing is.
But don't eat Whoppers, by the way.
Don't eat those. Those are awful. But it's massive, and so it's like that one. I'm starting to be like, okay, Krista, you need to get out of your comfort zone again. Come on, get the big camera out, and yeah.
So you just kind of push through the awkwardness because it is. I mean, I like that you're admitting that you're like, okay, there is an awkwardness. You just gotta get there. They're not paying your bills. What about you, Kelly? Was there something that you kind of went through, or a little tip or trick that you can give the listeners to just kind of push through it? Embracing the uncomfortableness is kind of the common denominator.
I can embrace the
here.
uncomfortable in the workout all the time. I love it. But I think there's times when I don't want to create, especially fitness, because I start not feeling like I'm in my best shape or like I'm good enough to do it. And I'm like, wow, this is literally my career. But I still feel that way because there's seasons and changes in your body. I mean, like a couple of years ago, I felt like I was like at my worst with my body and I stopped really posting fitness content because I felt like a fraud because I didn't look the part anymore to me into like what my best was. And I think what kind of helps is just that, do I enjoy doing this? But I do want to piggyback off when you're saying people at the gym and commending them for filming their workouts and stuff. Yeah. I do want to say there was a point in my life where I was doing it and I had to question why. Like, is it vain? Like, is it like an ego thing? Do I just want to like post myself working out, or is it to be helpful? And I had to switch that and be like, I want to post things that are either inspiring or helpful. And if it's more about posting me, look at me, I'm working out, my body looks so good, stop doing that. Well, for me, if you want to inspire, post your workouts, like go for it. I'm not mad at you. When it just becomes, I need content and I'm going to pop out my tripod and somebody who's not comfortable being on camera is in the background, I don't love that. And I try to be respectful. That's a whole conversation
too.
Well, that's why I'm really glad
I try to be respectful.
We go to Collective.
Yeah. We go to a gym that has the environment of people.
It's made for
that.
Content.
Really?
Creators.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like the layout and everyone's respectful and they want to post their workouts and you're kind of in this, I want to say people are conditioned for it or
People know
it's
what
like
to
an
expect.
expectation.
Yeah.
They set up the gym. I remember when they even opened it up, Collective, and they had all these influencers come in to create a video for it, hype it up before it even opened. And they had actual selfie sticks like at certain stations for
they did. I remember that.
Hell
for
yeah,
creators.
that's sick.
So
cool.
It was like
Collective. Shout me out. I'm popping up.
Collective, built for serious bodybuilders, but also people who are creative. Come on, don't be scared.
This is a whole ad for the gym now.
I know this is no free ads, but here we go.
Well, essentially, people who are coming to a gym like that, it is anybody's welcome. And it's not to say anybody's not, but it's attracting those people who are like deeper in their fitness journey. For
sure. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of the content, and I see that they even have the aesthetic lights with they look like the honeycomb lights and everything.
We get some other gyms coming up in Bakersfield right now.
I love it. I want to talk about this, and this is huge because, we've said it a million times. My audience knows this. We're roughly 70-80% women. And one of the questions or some of the things that we always talk about in questions that I get, whether it's through a Wednesday Wisdom or whatever it is, I had this sick stat. The typical New Year's resolution lasts about 3 months. It's a little over 3 months. We are getting ready. We're heading into March now. And I wanted to talk about the reasons why these New Year's resolutions fail, right? I think there's and a lot of them when they have to do with fitness, right? Well, obviously this is what we're talking about today. When it has to do with fitness, gym resolutions usually last about 3 months, oftentimes a lot less. But as we're heading into that third month, what is some advice that you could tell someone who's listening, who's kind of starting to fall off the wagon a little bit, starting to what are some tips? What is it? Take smaller bites, or, set smaller goals that can snowball into big things. What would you say to the person who's listening right now, who got off to an incredible start and now is just kind of starting to slip a little bit? We'll start with you, Kelly.
Momentum, you got to keep it. I mean, it's always going to kind of die down because that's life.
That's motivation.
That's life. Yeah.
The difference between motivation and discipline.
You're like, all right. And somebody who might be newer to the gym scene, they're going to see progress much faster.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
then it starts to decline because we're not made to do the same thing all the time. It's like, plateauing. We talk about it a lot in the fitness industry. I'm at a plateau or whatever it is. Sometimes maintenance is good to just hold, and it helps you see, where do I want to go from here? Great starting point. So if I'm like, I'm falling off the wagon or whatever I'm doing, it's starting to get into the negative self-talk a little bit. And you have to tap into, why am I doing this? And typically, if you're doing something consistently for at least 28 to 30 days consistently, you're going to build that habit. So when I was talking with some members, and we were just doing advice, and what goals do we want to get accomplished here? We're doing a challenge at the gym, and it's like a 6-8 week challenge. And she's like, I didn't follow through with this and this, but I said, what did you do? And then we talked about it. I said, so we're not failing at all. And I said, so we built habits here. We don't have to worry about them anymore, because that's like back burner. I can't do everything at once. Narrow it down to a couple things.
Yes.
Reset.
Simplify it.
Just start with creating habits. Do some small things week by week. It literally, life is day by day. Okay. I tracked all my food today. Great. Do it again tomorrow. Keep doing it.
I love that, because sometimes when I'm, the best way that I can now personalize this, and it has nothing to do with it, it just has to do with like everyday checklist. I'll put like brushing my teeth as a check mark, just because it feels like oh man, look at all the things that I've knocked out. It's like wake up, brush teeth, and it's just like I've already knocked out 2 things, and I'm like, what a great way to go. I'm crushing it.
But it's good to get out of your head too. And I'm starting to create more daily lists instead of just like weekly.
Yes.
Because I hold so much up here with like, I got to do this. I got to go here. I got to go be here and do X, Y, Z. But if I can start to write down, my mom always talks about this. She's like, well, if you have any like feelings that are circulating, just write them down, even if they don't make sense, and start to really itemize what is the most important thing I need to get done. Work your way down. What things can wait? Because there's things when you think about, you're like, and this can be not even fitness related, but fitness, you work it into your daily routine. We're all living different lives. So life is going to get in the way. There's going to be some things where I need to kind of tap into making my life daily things easier to make the fitness goals easier.
Right.
So making a list and just saying, what do I need to get done? What's today? What's actually important? Work your way through. And I get to put to paper or your notes app or whatever it is, really what I have to do, because everything can seem overwhelming. I'm not hitting my protein goal. I'm not doing this. I didn't get this workout in. And it's like, you know what? It can be 20 minutes. It can be 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be, I'm going hard every single day and I'm exhausted, because that's not a way to live your life.
Right.
That's not living your life.
What about you, Krista? What do you think have you found that helps people get back on track or stay on track?
Yeah, it's remembering your why, for sure. Remembering your why, because, and this is exclusively to fitness, is if you are started your fitness journey because you want to look hot for summer, I'm sorry, babe, that's not enough. That's not going to cut it. What is going to cut it is why. What do you hope to get from that? Is it because you want to be the most confident person that you've ever been in your entire life? Because you have insecurities that you want to get past and you don't want to feel that way about yourself again? That's a great reason why. But if it's just for vanity reasons, that's going to come. That is going to come, but it's not going to be in month 1 where you're going to look your hottest. It's not going to be in month 2. It's not going to be in month 3. It's not going to be in month 4. Keep pushing. especially past the times that it is hard, and keep telling yourself, if I did it today, I can do it tomorrow. Something that I've not always been good at, and you would expect, oh, Krista, you're a coach, is tracking my food daily. I'm on day 96 of tracking everything that I eat. That's a long time.
Clock it.
But I'm so proud of that. And so I'm finding and discovering things that I'm learning and I'm getting better at because I chose not to stop and I chose not to do that. But I know, okay, Mondays, I know I'm super busy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So what do I need to do Sunday? I need a prep. I will literally prep food in bulk. So whether it's steak, chicken, ground turkey, cook it all in one day, put it in the fridge. Now what else can I make? I make white rice on the fly, like almost every day. But now I'm doing like more sweet potatoes. And then I'm putting it into,
Say less.
Say less. We'll come over.
Yeah, it's there.
It's huge. And I think the big thing is too that sometimes you're going to have a bad day. You're going to fall off. And I think that's where people just completely, well, fuck it. I'll just get some fast food, or it completely falls off. Allowing yourself
but even if you
to have a bad day, allowing yourself to have a bad day and being like, you know what? Look, I had a bad day and these bad days are going to happen. It's okay to just allow myself to get back on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like don't let it snowball into something that's going to knock you completely
I think
up.
one thing that I'm really big on, especially us at Hammerhead Fitness, is like that 1% better each day. It's just 1%. What is one thing that you did yesterday that you can do tomorrow, but what can you do even better to like the next day? You know, maybe you didn't get that workout in, or maybe you didn't wake up early enough like you wanted to so that you can read your book, whatever it is, have me time. What's that 1% better? Because everybody can do 1% better. And what does 1% better do? It compounds.
Beautiful. I love that. What is a fitness, whether it comes to fitness or diet myth that you guys are just like, people need to know that that's not true, or it's not as effective as people think? What's one thing, a fitness myth that you wish people would get rid
carbs.
of?
That's a good one.
Carbs, especially. I hate that. It's how you, what's your carb source? Number one, but how are you utilizing them to their
Whoppers?
I'm like,
Krista's camera.
Coming here, I drove past In-N-Out. I said, maybe.
In-N-Out's got to be the one exception, though.
You know
There will be no In-N-Out slander on this, or
No.
we'll cut it off.
There was no In-N-Out slander. One of my best friends works for corporate.
Hell yeah!
Shout out to Anna.
Let's get her on the.
Let's get her
on. I truly want to get someone from In-N-Out.
She lives down south. Yeah, she lives down south.
Hell yeah! I'll take this on the road. Let's go.
No, but I think living life. Obviously, if I have really strict goals I'm trying to get into, it's like, yeah, let's be a little more regimented about it. But if I go to In-N-Out, it's like, okay, I want the fries, like not doing the bun, whatever. I'm gonna kind of find balance in those swaps. I know, boring.
Sorry.
Boring. I'd rather have the fries than the bun. Sue me.
That's why I'm not a fitness instructor. Like
Sue me. But
I'm like, live.
Carbs are helpful to just your cognitive function. Utilizing them, like the simple carbs before and after your workouts, to replenish your body, and
it's your energy source.
Your energy source.
It is your energy source.
So it's like, it's sometimes not about what we're eating, because they're like, I'm eating healthy, things are doing great. It's like, when are you eating them? How are we doing it the best we can? And that's just knowledge some people don't know, and you have to do kind of what works for you. But also, at the end of the day, if we want change, it's not easy. There's going to be harder conversations. It might be a little bit less food or just different choices, but that starts to become a habit. Like when I look at my eating patterns back early 20s versus now, I look at that, I'm like, oh, I used to eat like that? Or
who is she?
Who is she? Who is she? I had times where
who is this gentleman?
What?
That's wild.
Wait, I'm talking about what you're eating. Bad joke. This is 2 against 1. This isn't fair. Okay, what do you think? What is a myth that you would like to go?
Perhaps the salad.
Perhaps not. That is me. I'm gonna eat the bun. Sorry. I'm gonna eat the bun and the fries.
I'm with Krista on this one.
For me, cardio. And when people just want to lose weight, they're like, well, I'm just gonna start implementing more cardio. No.
Skinny fat.
Oh my gosh. Yes. it is so like, it's great to implement steady state cardio, but if you're just like, I'm just going to run. Look, I'm losing all this weight, but where's
You're
your
revealing
muscle?
nothing.
Oh my gosh. It is
Revealing
you're
nothing.
burning your muscle to the ground.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times. It's like, oh yeah, cardio, that's great, but don't forget to lift. Don't forget to
Well, just for
lifting's
pick
gonna
up.
longevity,
beat it. Yeah.
your bone density, especially as women.
Yep.
The constant compound, like pounding of your muscles, your feet hitting the pavement, like, but you're not lifting to make your bones even stronger, plus nutrition on top of it. Like, you're just a disaster for.
Sounds like you guys are just taking shots at my 100 miles that I just hit in February.
Well, I'm
the
proud of
shortest month
you,
the-
but you've also lift.
Yeah.
well, not my legs. I don't work. I skip leg day every day. But
But there's
anyways,
a difference.
this isn't about me, okay?
Okay, but there's a difference between you always just running steady state and pacing versus you do surges and sprints and getting the fast twitch muscles to work, not just.
That is true.
So there's a difference to like a running training regime that the body can change and you can build muscle. Maybe you run hills or you run incline. There's giving resistance there. There's pushing back. But it's just talking about like, I just want to, the calories you burn doing cardio are the calories you are going to burn. But if you're putting on more muscle mass, muscle will help you have a great metabolism throughout your day. You just burn more naturally.
Yeah. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body will naturally burn.
I completely agree because I've been hearing it and it's almost like people need to hear it constantly to remind themselves, because you go for a quick run and you will like lose if you weigh yourself before and after a run. It's like there is like that half pound habit. So you think that that's going to last long term. The real long lasting term is going to be lifting. I wanted to give you a second because I know you guys both have some really exciting things that are coming up. And as we were getting ready to wrap this up, Kelly, we'll start with you. I know you have I keep wanting to call it the butterfly effect, but it is called the self-care effect. And these are your new line of Pilates socks.
Yes.
Talk to me about those and the whole idea behind it.
Yes. So butterflies, we share this. We love butterflies. Love transformation.
Me too.
I think, yeah, we all do. But it started with calling it the self-care effect, kind of like the butterfly effect, just choosing this one small thing, kind of that 1% better each day in a way. You don't realize how much that would project you into such a different life. And so like the butterfly effect, butterflies creating this huge chaos just by flapping its wings, right? So it's like, I'm doing this one thing for myself daily, whether that's I'm reading more or I'm going to be disciplined and wake up earlier, whatever it needs to be. And then there's going to be different seasons, but choosing to do that takes my life into such a different place. And that's what I want women, men, anybody to feel like, choosing myself, showing up, and my life is transformed. And especially there's so much transformation in movement, whether it's mental movement or physical.
Absolutely.
It does not have to be physical movement. But I will say my boss, Irene Clancy, hey, she was kind of just saying, you just do it. Move, create momentum. And if it's like somebody's like, I feel stuck, then move. Go do it. Stop thinking about it. If you want it, go get it. And so with that being said, choose yourself, get up, whether it's mentally or physically, and get it done. And you will look at your past self a year from now and be like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
And I feel like a different person. I'm kind of in that butterfly state of mind.
And where can people get your product? Where can people buy
can
the socks?
Buy them at theselfcareeffect.com.
Hey. That feels good. I know that feels good.
I hate paying that subscription.
Fuck the subscription, but buy the socks.
Also, at our studio Pilates bar, we have them selling.
Did you bring us any today? I was hoping to get some. Awkward. We'll move on.
I forgot. But I'll get you a pair.
Krista, what do you got going on? I know you got tons of stuff going on. So talk to us.
So right now we are accepting new clients with Hammerhead Fitness. Again, we're 3 women and we are working with women only. Anywhere you're at, out of the comfort of wherever you're at, whether it's a home gym, you work out at home, your own gym that you go to in whatever city you live in. but also it's more personalized to you. So you don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to already have experience in the gym. We help with any fitness level. So I'm excited to meet more of you guys and welcome you into the Sharks.
I love it. Beautiful. And last question before we get out of here. I saw you, Krista, you walked in with an Owala, and Kelly McGiffney, you came in with a Stanley. Settle the debate, Owala or Stanley, because there is a correct answer to this.
Owala.
I don't have one of those, so I don't know.
Oh, you got to try the Owala.
But my Stanley
Owala.
really upset me because it spills. You know, you like knock it over. It's like, but I love the straw portion to it.
The Owala is fantastic. This is gonna sound really weird and awkward for me to say, but the straw, the way it like fits your lips, and it's just like, how did someone nail this? Whoever created this Owala is absolutely. Now Stanley's fantastic too. Don't get me wrong. This isn't Stanley. If you want to sponsor the podcast, hey, you're more than welcome. You guys are a great product too. I'm just saying, Stanley's the big name, the popular thing, but Owala. Don't sleep on Owala. Owala is absolutely amazing. And we got to get you one.
Y'all got to get one of these.
I didn't even pay for my Stanley, so
Damn. Must be nice. Must be nice.
a staff Christmas party. It was like kind of white elephant, and then I won that.
Those are fun. That's such a great gift too.
They're expensive though.
I want to thank you guys for coming on. Did you guys have fun?
I had a great time.
Blast.
I know. We're going to have to do this again. I feel like we hit on a lot of things and there's still like so much meat on the bone, but I'm glad you guys kicked this off with we're going to call this the Creator Series. So once again, tell everybody where they can find your product and where they can find you on social media.
Go to selfcareeffect.com. You can follow us at the Self-Care Effect, and Kelly McGiffney. If you want to ever message me directly, ever have questions on your journey, any one of us, we will help you out. Or if you message Vic, then he'll send you our way.
Or you'll end up on Wednesday Wisdom. And you, Krista?
You guys just following me at Krista Leanne, 2 N's, 1_ at the end. You'll be able to get a one-on-one call to see where you're at in your fitness journey, and we'll get you plugged in with a coach just right for you.
Now, by the time that this airs, you might have already changed your Instagram name like 6 times, but we'll roll with that one for now. I'm kidding. She's changed it once. I'm just being dramatic because I have a theory that and I said this years ago. I was like, pretty soon we're not even going to know each other's first names. We're going to know each other by IG names. And I feel like
I get called hey, it's Kelly McGiffney, and people think that's my last name. And I said, you know what? This is great branding.
That's absolutely, again,
Stunning.
You nailed it. Want to thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to do more of these Creator Series specials. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, check us out on socials at Why Say It Back Pod. I'm at Vic D Radio. Please hit that subscribe, hit that follow on Spotify, on Apple, wherever it is that you're listening. This full episode will be on YouTube as well. I love you. Say it back. Y'all have a great night. Sleep good. Que sueñen con los angelitos. Peace. Hey, where do you guys stand on the Epstein files?
Oh.